I tell you guys about the time that I was swimming with my cousin and my little sister when we were younger, right? So she was shorter than me at that point. It was a long time ago, but I was an older child, right? We went swimming in this like new pool that opened up, really exciting, right? So there's a lot of kids there, and there's a lot of people there, right? There's a lot of people there. I remember a lot of families, right? I was just swimming. Minding my own business, making sure my cousin and my sister don't drown. In my little inner tube. I don't know why they put me up to this though, because I can't swim, right? Whatever. But I was just like minding my own business in my little inner tube with the arm floaties. Like so many other kids. And these bunch of rowdy boys decide to bring their water guns and use them, specifically my face, as target practice. Out of all the kids in that massive Olympic pool, they picked me to use as target practice. I don't know what it is about me that makes me so easy to pick on, but it's literally, sometimes I think about my childhood and I'm like, what is it about me that made people want to pick on me? Still to this day, when I go outside and I get yelled at by strangers, I'm like, am I just cursed on this darned earth forever? Like, I will never... Why? Why though? I was so bullyable to people, dude. I don't know why. My sister never had that issue. Nobody wanted to mess with her, you know? Literally bullied by my teachers too. Went to not elementary school. It was like a preschool in another country with my sister. And I told you guys this. We had nap time, right? We had nap time where we'd take out our blankets and we would take a nap because we spent all day there until the nighttime. Yeah. And then the teachers they say they would find me cute, right? So they would bully me all the time. Like, I was extremely anxious as a kid, right? I had separation anxiety, so if you left me in a room, if I got attached to you and then you left me alone, I would cry, right? I was a very anxious child. But they would make fun of me. They would literally leave the room and shut me in there by myself because it was funny to watch me cry. Literal damage. Emotional damage. They made it worse. It was terrifying. Yeah, they would lock me in closets and stuff. Yeah, it was bad. It was another country. It was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah. And then another thing is I didn't eat any seafood because I had a really strong sense of taste and smell. And I can eat them now, but there is this one dish that had to do with like little river eels. They look like worms. It's so nasty. It's like little river eels. They literally look like worms, and then you would cook them, but they were so fishy. It was so gross. Like, you think that oysters are gross when you're a kid? These are so gross. It's like eating worms. They looked like worms. They were just so gross. I remember at this preschool or this kindergarten that I got bullied at by my teachers, right? They cooked this dish one of the days, right? And I will never forget this because I think this is so traumatizing. But I will never forget this. I remember they cooked that dish and we all had to eat it. And I was like, oh, teacher, I really can't eat this because I will legitimately throw up because I just can't. But I'll eat the rice, you know? But that wasn't acceptable. They wanted to see me cry, right? So they would force feed me. I would throw up into a bucket and then they would force me to eat that throw up. It was literally like punishment beyond. I was literally being tortured. Yeah, I will never forget this. Above that, because I didn't eat my food, I ate my throw up. I kept throwing up and I had to eat it more, right? The next day, instead of letting me nap, I had to stand up, and they would threaten to hang me up on this like thing on the ceiling by my hands. They would threaten us because I didn't eat my food. Like in front of everyone. They're like, "Oh, this is what happens when you don't eat your food." It was terrifying. It was literally child abuse. I didn't know. Times were different back then. This would never fly now. This would never fly in this day and age. But back in my day, we were raised differently. Now, if you do that, you literally get jailed. But it was pretty normal back then. It's how we were raised. Literally, it wasn't a very developed place at the time. It wasn't a very developed place at the time. So I have post-traumatic stress disorder for a lot of reasons, but that's one of them.